public hanging after deep cover espionage. On January 18, 1965, Syrian intelligence officers arrested a man they knew under an alias in his Damascus apartment. His real identity was that of an Israeli Mossad agent who had spent 3 years embedded in Syria's political and military elite. He had befriended generals, attended classified military briefings, and toured fortified positions along the Golan Heights. He sent detailed intelligence back to Tel Aviv using a hidden radio transmitter, which Syrian counterintelligence eventually detected. His trial lasted weeks. Syrian officials paraded him before cameras, using his capture as proof of Israeli infiltration. He was sentenced to death by hanging. On May 18, 1965, he was led to a gallows erected in Marjeh Square in central Damascus. Thousands gathered to watch. Cameras broadcast the event live across Syria. The executioners placed a noose around his neck. The method was not designed for a quick death. When the trapdoor opened, his body dropped, but the fall was not long enough to break his neck cleanly. Instead, his own body weight strangled him slowly. His legs kicked involuntarily as the rope crushed his windpipe. His face turned dark red, then purple. The crowd watched in silence as he struggled for air. It took several minutes for him to lose consciousness. His body continued twitching as oxygen was cut off from his brain. Slowly, the movement stopped. Syrian guards left his body hanging for hours as a public warning. Television stations replayed footage of the hanging throughout the day. Israel requested the return of his remains, but Syria refused. His body was buried in an unmarked grave. Decades later, his story became one of the most famous cases of deep-cover espionage in intelligence history, and Syria continued to deny requests to return his body to his family. VX nerve agent attack in an airport. On February 13, 2017, the older half-brother of a North Korean leader walked through the departure hall of Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia. He was the older half-brother of that North Korean leader and had lived in exile for years. He maintained contacts with foreign intelligence services and had publicly criticized the North Korean regime. That morning, as he checked in for a flight to Macau, 2 women approached him from different directions. The first woman wiped a cloth across his face. Seconds later, the second woman did the same. Both walked away quickly and washed their hands in nearby restrooms. He felt an immediate burning sensation on his skin. He stumbled toward an information desk and told staff that someone had grabbed him and sprayed something on his face. The substance was VX nerve agent, one of the most lethal chemical weapons ever created. VX shuts down the nervous system by blocking an enzyme that controls muscle function. Within moments, his vision began to blur. His chest tightened as his lungs struggled to draw air. Security footage showed him staggering through the terminal, visibly disoriented and in distress. Airport medics arrived and tried to help, but they did not know what they were dealing with. His body began convulsing as the nerve agent paralyzed his respiratory muscles. He could not breathe properly. His heart raced as his brain sent desperate signals that his body could no longer obey. Paralysis spread through his limbs. Medics rushed him toward an ambulance, but his condition deteriorated rapidly. 20 minutes after the attack, the North Korean leader's half-brother died in the ambulance before reaching the hospital. Investigators later determined that each woman had applied half of a binary agent that became lethal only when combined on his face. Both women were arrested and claimed they believed they were participating in a prank television show. North Korea denied any involvement in the assassination.